Yeah, my favorite book is, was Animal Farm.
Animal Farm?
Yeah, basically it was an English literature book. We did it for our O-level literature.
Yeah.
And it's a philosophical book where it's all animals and everyone has a character and they're explaining things, so you have to really break down, and it's written in Old English. So what they say is not what they mean.
Yeah.
So it's one of those books that you really had to really understand the old version English to understand the book, but really interesting book.
Would you recommend reading it?
I'd recommend reading it, but yeah, you have to have time.
Oh yeah.
And you might have to have someone who can translate certain things to you, but definitely recommend it.
Yeah, cool.
My favorite book is Homo Deus by Harari. For me it's basically about like development of humanity and some things that might happen in the future, like connected to artificial intelligence. So he kind of warns us that this development and technology is not that great as we think it is.
What makes it your favorite book?
It's well written and it really opened my mind. It also kind of decided on my studies at university, because I really got I'm interested in artificial intelligence. So yeah, I really wanted to connect my future with that, because he really opened my mind that it's not that easy and beautiful as people say.
So you're studying AI now?
No, I studied philosophy last year, and this year I'm studying communication science.
Okay.
I want to connect it mostly with ethics and philosophy of science.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so...
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's something you would recommend to everyone to read?
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Awesome.
The last book I read are all the books of the Seven Sisters.
All the books of the Seven Sisters?
Yeah.
Wait, is it one book name or is it like 7?
It says 7 books.
Yeah.
And 7 books and I read them all. That's about seven sisters, and then they are all adopted and they are looking for their best.
So it's like a novel.
A novel, yes.
About telling about the stories of those 7 sisters. How they're like.
Every book is one sister.
Ah, okay. But it's not about their family. It's more about their own lives or something.
Both.
Or like both.
They're looking for their family and their own life also.
Ah, nice. Would you recommend reading it?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
My favorite book is from Haruki Murakami, Japanese writer.
Yeah.
It's called The Moord op Commendatore. It's just completely crazy. It's very mysterious, and it's a lot about loneliness also. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a novel.
Yeah,
thriller,
it's a novel
like
about a guy who retreats on a mountain and he finds a strange painting on the attic, and this painting somehow comes to life.
Ah, nice. What makes it your favorite book? Like, how is it so good?
It's very detailed. His descriptions are always like, he pulls you into the world of this character.
Who would you recommend that book to? Is it something for everyone, or like?
If you don't have any imagination, no, it's not for you.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe then you need it even more.
Okay.
But it's like, if you like to dream a little bit or be like off the railroad track, then it's really good book.
Oh, that sounds great.
1984 by Orwell. It's about a society that's under tyranny, I guess, and follows one man's journey into dissent, I guess. Yeah.
What makes it your favorite book? Like, what about it you like so much?
The role language plays in society and how language is used to shape someone's reality.
Oh, yeah.
It's very interesting.
Cool. Would you recommend for people to read it?
If you want to have a good time, read something else. But if you're curious about society, it's a must-read.
The last book I read is called The Street, and it's about a mother who raises up her child, her son, in New York, and she's coming from a poverty perspective, and she desperately tries to give her son chances to a better life, but she can't, and it's a very sad story, and at the end, it just shows how there's no way out of
poverty.
Poverty.
Is it a real story, or is it?
Yeah, it's a real story. Yeah, I think so.
So the author really lived through that, or is it like the author is like imagining that scenario? Do you know?
I think it's the author telling their story, but I'm not too sure.
Would you recommend reading it?
Yeah, it's a really good book.
I'm currently reading a book from Tom Clancy. It's called Tom Clancy Confrontatie, and I think it's a very good book and it's very fun to read. It's about a sort of secret agent who is on a mission to find some data leaks or something in Singapore, and yeah, I'm just halfway, so I don't know all the details yet. It's very spannend.
What made you pick the book up? Like, what did somebody recommend?
I read a few children secret agents books, and sometimes on Amazon those books popped up in German, and I thought, oh, maybe I want to read those books. But because I graduated, I got some boekenbonnen, and I went to the bookstore and thought, now is a nice time to buy those books.
I just read The Belgian by Sylvia Plath, kind of coming of age, but it's like from the 1960s, and it's about depression, mental health, and it's actually a really accurate description what it's like to go through a heavy depressive episode. So I find it really relatable, really well written, and it's a really good book. I could recommend it.
Nice. Is that what made you read it, or how come it's?
I'm having a book club actually with some friends. We're always like thinking about some books that we all read together and then talk about it.
Right.
And yeah, this one was one we all agreed upon. It's kind of a classic, I think, and it was a really good read. For me, it was particularly interesting because I'm a psychology student, and so I could really. I saw some stuff in there that the other people who are not that familiar with like depression and psychology didn't really see so much, but for me it was like really interesting, and it was also not, the description was not like a cliche how people might describe how depression looks like, but it was really accurate how it actually is. So
nice. Sounds great.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Cool.